0800 437 0080.
Good afternoon, Hodge, Jones and Allen.
Oh, hi. It's Martin Smith. I phoned about an hour ago.
Okay, sir, it wasn't me, I'm afraid, you spoke to. How can I help?
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I want to take action against the police.
Right.
I've got red-hot evidence, and I've been asking you guys for about 6 weeks now to look into it. They have taken a few statements of me, but nobody's got back to me.
Right, let me see if I can get through to somebody for you now while you're on the line.
Yeah, thank you.
AM to 5:30 PM. For further information, visit our website at www.hodgejonesallen.co.uk. Sorry to keep you waiting. Your call will be answered shortly. For over 30 years, Hodge, Jones and Allen solicitors have served clients in London and across the country with a first-class legal service. We are proud to display the Lexel mark, the Law Society's accreditation for excellence in legal services.
Oh, Lexel. Let's look them up. Lexel.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, this is Lizzie Davies speaking. I'm in the Civil Liberties Department.
Oh, hi there. Well, my name's Martin Smith, and
Okay.
I've got a long-standing issue with the police, but more recently, I need to prosecute them now. I've got big problems with the Crime Management Unit. Right, they're protecting drug dealers who keep assaulting me.
Right.
Now,
okay.
2 weeks ago, I was at Wood Green Crown Court, and I won an appeal against a conviction that happened at Willesden Magistrates Court on the 27th of February.
Okay.
I know, I can absolutely prove it, that the police are messing around, they're gerrymandering with the law, they're abusing their powers. Right, they pushed me to the point of suicide several times now in the last 2 years.
Okay, can I just check that, have we already taken details from you before? Have you spoken to somebody in our department before?
Well, I have, yeah, because Nigel Richardson, 20 years ago, left me in Pentonville prison to rot.
Right.
Now, I've now looked him up on the... Well, I looked you guys up on the net, and there he is with his profile, and he's a magistrate now as well. So he's the guy who should sort this perjury stuff out.
Okay.
Okay, now, David Cameron says we've got a broken justice system. Here's what's broken. A statement of defence, when arrested and interviewed, should also be taken down as a statement of truth. It should not have the piss taken out of it or be twisted by police officers.
So we haven't actually taken details from you before in relation to an action against the police.
Well,
then.
there's been
it was a criminal matter that Nigel Richardson helped you with.
Well, that was 20 years ago. But now, really, because he's a magistrate, he should deal with this. Because how many cases has he had where there's been perjury committed? It happened to me 20 years ago. He was letting me get thrown into Pentonville on remand on basic lies. That case took 2 years. And it got adjourned sine die at Wood Green Crown Court, adjourned for life. I want it reopened. I've got the original paperwork that Nigel Richardson refused to obtain.
Okay, so do you want to give me the details now in relation to just the action against the police, or was it a different matter?
Well, see, the consequences are that with these safe neighbourhood teams who work for the council, and the council works with the... I've been fighting 4 cases, all simultaneously. The next one is to have me evicted, where even the police have joined in to have the eviction, and yet these police officers have said, if there's CCTV of the assault that happened recently, you know, did you tell the magistrates? Did you tell the arresting? These police are covering up crimes being committed against me. That's what's going on right now. It's the same scenario as 20 years ago, where I got the police busted dealing drugs. We've got a drug dealer over the road. He's assaulted me. His wife works in the CPS at Collindale Police Station. Why can't I get him arrested?
I've just looked up your details on our system.
Yeah, somebody...
So you've recently given details to somebody in the criminal defence.
Well, yeah,
a
couple of females did type out what I was saying. They were very excellent at what they did, but no one's come back to me.
Okay, so were you still? Did you want me to contact somebody in the criminal defence team and find out where they are in terms of obviously the details that they've already taken from you, as well as taking some additional details from you now in relation to an accident against the police?
I think it'll be better. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I think it'd be better to just make a fresh claim, because really, since I spoke to those females a couple of weeks ago, 4 weeks ago maybe, I was in Wood Green Crown Court only on the 15th of April, 2 weeks ago now, where I won the appeal against, the perjury that was committed against me at Willesden Magistrates Court.
Right, okay.
So I was convicted at Willesden Magistrates Court on February the 27th, and I won the appeal on April the 15th. Right. Now, perjury was committed. Both the witnesses said the police had inserted stuff into their statements that was not true.
Right.
Both
okay,
the
so
witnesses.
Now on that basis,
I want to prosecute
the
police.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, let me just take down. So it's Martin Smith, is it?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take a few details down in relation to that matter.
Thank you.
And then I'll pass the details on to a solicitor in our department who will have a look at it and see if it's something that they can help you with. So if I just take down a few basic details now, just in relation to...
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let me just bear with me 1 second.
See, if we do this one that's recently happened, the rest of it will fall open.
I see.
It will come into play.
Okay, so which officers is it again that you would... From which station?
It's Collindale Police Station, and it's a Rodriguez who manufactured this last case against me. There's also somebody in the evidence reviewing officer. She's pissed off with me because I've put her on YouTube. I have not put her on YouTube.
I see, okay. Also, so who was that? The evidence...
There's an evidence reviewing officer. Her name is Alex something. She even presented herself at Wood Green Crown Court, where she lost. Like I said, I've had 4 court cases going on. I've had to appear at different courthouses in the same day.
And she was...
Alex was a evidence reviewing officer.
And that was in relation to a previous criminal matter that you...
Well, effectively, that police station is responsible for my brother committing suicide. They've got posters outside that station. It says, "We don't care if your wife or girlfriend wants to drop the allegation. We will prosecute you anyway." My brother was protecting his daughters from paedophiles.
I see.
I've had various police officers telling me that he should never have been arrested, blah, 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 blah. But they used trainee police officers with trainee CPS staff in those courthouses using temporary CPS to do the arraignments and all that crap. I've had the CPS tell the magistrates, if there is CCTV, we should be looking at it before we prosecute a wrong person. And then they just ignore it and ignore it and ignore it.
So in particular then,
the recent thing.
Is it Mr. Rodriguez that you just referred
Yeah, it's a
to?
PC Rodriguez. I don't know his number in my head. I can't remember it.
Okay, and what is it that you feel that he's
He manufactured the case against me. He absolutely manufactured it.
Okay, and what was the case that he
my neighbours assaulted me. I got charged with assaulting them. I got physical injuries. They were photographed, and one of them affects me for the rest of my life. They tried to snap my thumb off.
And when was it that this happened?
That happened on the 24th of June last year.
Okay, so 24th of June 2012. Okay, so you reported that to the police?
Yeah, they turned up. They obtained my property back from these guys that stole it. I was x-rayed at Barnet General. The police said, "Do you want to prosecute?" I said yes. A week later, another resident gets me arrested at 4 o'clock in the morning, the woman who kicked all this trouble off in the first place. And then 12 hours later, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I get charged with assaulting the neighbours, and Lisa's case against me got completely dropped, so she had me wrongfully arrested.
So let me just go back 1 second. So you reported it to the police. They attended the scene and obtained your property.
Yeah.
Then you went to hospital, and then they said, "Do you want to prosecute?" And you said yes.
Well, they said that on the way to hospital. Do I want to prosecute? Definitely yes. But Lisa Mayer made another phone call, and a separate police officers turned up when I got.
Is this the name? Is that the name of your neighbour?
Yeah, Lisa Mayer. She's the main protagonist.
Okay, so then she made a call. Was that the next day?
So no. At the same time, see, when my property was stolen from me, I was mugged, and they went running into Lisa's house with it. She made the phone call. See, she had a bogus injunction on me that she thought was valid. So she brainwashed the police. Oh, he must be the criminal, because I've already got injunctions on him. Do you understand how it works?
I see.
She took me to Hendon Magistrates Court on August the 15th, 2011. I represented myself. I got arrested during the trial. I still won that trial. But the CPS went into the Barnet Press saying, oh, we're going to up the level of convictions to 100% to justify our funding. Although I was found not guilty, they throw injunctions on me, which was misdated by the clerk -1 day.
And what were those previous allegations that were made against you?
Well, with Lisa, she claimed that I was harassing her by photographing her. She told total lies to the magistrates. She was discredited.
Okay, so this was a year beforehand.
Yeah.
And then this incident then...
Well, since then, she's turned me into a paedophile, because I've got a CCTV camera. My best mates in this street, whose kids I used to look after, now believe I'm a paedophile. And Barnet Holmes, the ASBO officers, are all well into it. They're well into it. Even the local police have signed up to get me evicted. Now, that's not right, is it?
I see.
I get assaulted by the neighbours and the police join in to get me evicted? No. I record all my telephone calls, all of them. And you want to hear 101, or the Crime Management Unit, taking the piss out of me. Colindale Police Station, a female inspector told me if I make one phone call about my dead brother, this female officer is going to make it her personal mission to have me done for harassment, and that was in 2009.
Just going back to what you were saying about...
Yeah, the recent thing.
The recent one,
Perjury,
yeah, okay, so I've got here then that... So as soon as you said that you wanted to... just after you said you wanted to prosecute, then your neighbour then called up and...
That's right, yeah, Lisa called the old bill as well. See, I had two officers, SX187 and SX212. 187 put me in the ambulance and she said, do you want to prosecute? I said yes. 212 went into Lisa's house and got my property back. But then Lisa's called the old bill as well, and SX339 and A. Hearn. They, according to the Crime Management Unit, think I am the suspect. Now, when it got arraigned at the arraignment hearing, the second one I think it was, the CPS put a razor blade through the events of the day. The fact that I was assaulted and mugged on my property was a separate crime. They're not prosecuting on that. They decided that I'm the culprit. Now, the guy who attacked me, his wife used to work in the CPS at Colindale Police Station and the IPCC. She has been accessing my police files. And my police, for example, at Willesden Magistrates Court when I was convicted, my solicitor's paperwork, EBR Actridge, says common assault. But when the fine comes through, it says assault and battery.
Right.
So what's going on?
And is this still? Are we still talking about
the same assault incident? Yeah, Rodriguez. Yeah.
Okay, and so it's him that obviously you want to take action against.
Well, yeah, because
and that's because
he manufactured the evidence against me, and he ignored vital defence evidence.
So since this incident, then every argument that you've tried to put forward
has been dished by the police and the council. And even the courts, the case progressions people, I talk to them because I represent myself, you see. But now it's such a joke. I mean, when you get arrested, you're entitled to the police tape recorded interviews, aren't you? Why haven't I got them? Why? Because I'm slagging off the CPS and Nigel Richardson from 20 years ago. I'm exposing the Criminal Protection Service.
Okay.
All right? They were created because of Operation Countryman. An investigation into the police. Whose side of the fence are you on? Are you with the bank robbers, shagging their wives, daughters and prostitutes, or are you a police officer?
And this matter then now, what stage is it at now?
Well, right now, I mean, right now, it's me I've made a few complaints to the police recently.
Okay.
But they're saying, can you prove perjury? I'm saying, ask the magistrate. Ask the Wood Green Crown Court. See, it's down to me to get all these bloody transcripts and whatever. You understand? I don't know how to do that. And when I do put the requests in, I wait months and then they go, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. They're all gerrymandering it because they know that this Witness Protection Program, HMCS, is messing with me, and I've caught them red-handed doing it.
Do you have any copies of those letters that you've actually sent to the IPCC with?
No, I haven't made any letters to the IPCC. They sent me a bundle of paperwork, but I never got round to filling it in because this woman over the road kept calling the old bill on me. I've had massive psychological... I've been traumatised. I've been harassed. My personality has changed. Section 3C of the Stalking Act. All that's been going on. I've recently, in the civil trial, because the council put these injunctions on me, I have now been given a 3-month suspended prison sentence for 2 years. But the woman next door stopped harassing me.
And throughout these earlier cases that you've been telling me about, these earlier matters, is it the same people that you want to take action against throughout?
Well, effectively, yes, it damn well is. It's the North London CPS. The Royal Courts of Justice gave me a £1,600 payment to prosecute them. They arrested me on the day of that deadline. I'm not kidding. I was recently arrested on the day of that deadline. The deadline was only a month ago.
So let me just clarify then exactly which. So aside of this, this Officer Rodriguez is the one that you feel has manufactured this case against you.
Yeah, he definitely has.
And he's the evidence that's being used against you is.
It was all fabricated.
From your neighbour who you would.
It's Lisa who twists everything around because she committed perjury in August 2011, but the police assist her in that perjury. You understand? So the police will never admit that, oh, Lisa committed perjury, because they committed perjury. That's why I was arrested during the trial. I exposed what the hell the police were doing. She's outside my house at 2 o'clock in the morning with the police in front of my CCTV telling the police if I keep making phone calls against Martin, it all counts up as a harassment case, doesn't it? Why didn't they come to my house in February? Why did they wait 3 or 4 months letting her build up a case against me? Whereas in fact, we've had old people die in our street because of this bitch. Now, she lost her children at the Royal Courts of Justice because she's got a personality disorder. The council can't move her because she picks on everybody everywhere she goes. I live in a little cul-de-sac. She's abused everybody in this street and the council are just letting her get on with it. In fact, they come down on me. She's got 6 animals in there. She left them on their own for 5 days. The RSPCA said take photographic evidence, so I did, and I got prosecuted on that. She claimed that I went in her house, filmed all the cat shit all over the floors, while she was in the house naked.
I see. Okay. And who else is it? When you say about in general, you'd want to take action against the North London CPS?
Well, yeah.
On what basis? Obviously, I know that you've...
They keep manufacturing evidence and twisting evidence and ignoring vital defence evidence. This assault charge where this recent perjury took place, when it very first got arraigned at Hendon Magistrates Court, the CPS said to the magistrate, if there is CCTV camera of this incident, we should be looking at it before we prosecute Mr. Smith. He could be an innocent victim.
And that CCTV footage was never looked at, was it?
No. In fact, I received an email from the Safe Neighbourhood cop saying, because you've put a complaint into the IPCC against me, I'm not allowing any officers to come and see the CCTV.
Right, okay. And this complaint against the IPCC, was this done over the
I
telephone?
haven't done it yet. I've only done it over the phone.
That's right. Yes, it was over the telephone.
Yeah, it was just a discussion, a general discussion.
So basically they've used that against you and
yeah, the Safer Neighbourhood team who work for the council, yeah. I've even had the Priority Intervention team from Barnet Council manufacturing statements against me that were dishonest, they were rubbished by the Wood Green Crown Court judge. The ASBO team the ASBO team prosecuted me for putting a message on her answer machine. 6 months it took for them to come and arrest me. And I was found not guilty at Wood Green Crown Court. 3-day trial. Claiming I was harassing an ASBO officer. That ASBO officer has let this street turn to shit. 1 minute I'm saving the old boys' lives. Next minute I'm a fucking paedophile, peeping Tom and an intruder. See, with Rodriguez, when he arrested me and he started manufacturing this case, there was another cop there. It takes 2 cops to do an interview. Right, PC Burke, B-U-R-K-E, SX683.
Yeah.
He says that I am the pillar of a community for having a CCTV camera to help protect my neighbours against burglars and all the other goings on in this street.
Right.
Right. He was not allowed to turn up at court. But Rodriguez, the guy that was with him, he... Alright?
Right,
so one half of the police force think I'm the shining god, and the other half want to put me under the carpet. Okay. Now, I've published SX683 on YouTube. Perhaps this is the problem. When Lisa Ann Mayer had me arrested in 2011, those cops were in my house. When they saw my CCTV... they were going, you're the pillar of the community. I was recording them in my living room.
And what was the incident in 2011? You told me
it's Lisa building up an harassment case against me because she's a multiple abuser and she twisted all the evidence around saying, oh, there's a man videoing a woman.
But the incident that you just told me about was last year, wasn't it, in 2012?
Yeah. I was assaulted in 2012.
And then what was the incident in 2011 that you mentioned?
It's Lisa Mayer.
What was the actual...
Well, she had me charged for harassment and prosecuted on harassment, but she lost that case. But the magistrate still put an injunction on me.
And what was that? And the injunction was on what basis?
It said not to contact Lisa Mayer electronically by email, internet or any... It did not say I cannot talk to her face to face, because the magistrates realised we should be mediating at the council. But she refused that face-to-face mediation.
And then used that against you when she assaulted you.
Yeah.
And she, so you said that you said that she came into your house and stole. No.
When I was assaulted, see, I carry this little spy camera around now all the time. The neighbours robbed me of it. They went into Lisa's house. This is on June the 24th, 2012. They went into Lisa's house with that camera. SX212 went into Lisa's house and got it back. A note was put through my door, go to Collindale police station to get your camera back. When I got there, the battery wires had been severed.
Right.
So the last file did not get saved, but the assault is on there. Now Raj, the guy who assaulted me and mugged me of my camera, in court he said that he took my camera. At first they were all denying it, but he ended up saying, yeah, I did take it, I took it as evidence. That's the reason why I took it off of Martin.
Right.
As evidence. Well, the police, yeah, oh really? Evidence?
And in relation to this assault last year, what injuries was it?
They did quite a big bending on my thumb. They were bending my thumb back for at least 1 minute and 15 seconds. I can't bend my thumb now so that it touches the palm of my hand. I do electrical work. There's no way I can do 8,000 wires in 1 day.
Right.
You understand? It's severely... I'm picking up small resistors and I'm dropping them on the floor because I don't know where my thumb is anymore. It all came up in big bruising.
So you're currently employed at the moment then?
No, I'm not employed. Maybe this is what the other problem is. I've been unemployable since Nigel Richardson in 1992 left me to rot in jail. It caused massive psychological trauma. I've been unemployable.
And can I ask you what your what previous convictions, if any, that you do have?
Well, before I got a dishonestly handled stolen goods when I was 17 years old, 1979, which the police recently used as theft and dishonestly selling. There was an injunction put on that in 1986. The police shouldn't even have it on their records. It was a Crown Court judge told the police to destroy it. They didn't.
Right,
okay. There's another one, a conviction somewhere along the line. I don't know. I mean, this is what I mean. In the last year, I just do not know. I don't know what my record is anymore. But if you think about it, this common assault got turned into assault and battery. Doesn't matter what my record is. The police can just put what they want. Honestly, I'm not being funny. I don't know what my criminal record is anymore.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
And can I just ask you if there are any existing health issues or disabilities that you had before sort of this assault and this incident happened?
Well, no, not really. I mean, they say you're mentally insane, but every psychiatrist has certified me as A1 clear as a bell. I can represent myself in a Crown Court with no barrister interfering with my defence. And it's happened recently, this civil trial that's coming up. I've been given the right to cross-examine the victims, the ones that are against me, and yet the government's been shutting down us cross-examining the victims. It's bullshit. David Cameron said we've got a broken justice system. It's not working. It's the most expensive in the world, and we are the laughing stock of the world. And I recorded it off of LBC Radio and published it on YouTube. What's on YouTube is my defence case. Hendon Magistrates Court did not tell me to take it down. They recognise the validity of it. If Lisa Mayer ever gets me locked up, the appeals lawyers can look at her mentality, her psychotic behaviour on YouTube. She's not a credible witness. But the council, you see, can't move her. Her husband used to screw Brian Coleman, the mayor of Barnet.
Right, I see.
They're both gay.
Could I just take down a few, just to add on
Yeah,
to
sure.
Could I just take down a few of your personal details?
Sweetheart, you did really well. This is what I mean. The people I spoke to 6 weeks ago, they did really well. You've listened absolutely professionally.
Don't worry, that's fine. That's
all right.
what I'm here to do.
Yes, Martin Galileo Smith.
Okay.
And it's
can I take your date of birth, please?
Yeah, 070461.
Okay.
And it's number 3 Westbrook Close.
3 Westbrook Close.
And that's roughly East Barnet, EN4.
East Barnet. Sorry, bear with me.
Yeah, that's okay. EN4 9AU.
9AU, okay.
And it's 0208 441
yeah.
1685.
1685. And can I ask you, I was about to ask you how it was that you heard about Hodge, Jones and Allen solicitors, but was that through, obviously...
Well, basically, the reason why I got onto you recently is a mate of mine's been put in prison over a couple of 2-inch high cannabis plants. See, in this country, you got prosecuting solicitors, you got defence solicitors, and you got that unknown category called court administrators. That's all that you guys do. That's what Nigel did 20 years ago. He just administered and let those people put me in prison all the time. I put it in writing that I would execute the police officer. That got me out of jail. Nigel did jack shit, and now I see he's a magistrate. So I want him on it. He needs to sort this perjury crap out once and for all. And then, when these police stop manufacturing evidence, the legal aid bill will drop. Massively drop.
So how was it then that you... was this just obviously from the fact that you knew about Nigel Richardson from before? That's why you contacted us. Okay.
Well, it's just because of what's happened to my mate in Pentonville. He's now in Pentonville. He's on the edge of suicide. He don't belong. People that do can... Look, there was a big drug dealer about 8 weeks ago. I think it was in Birmingham or somewhere. A Crown, although he was as guilty as hell, the jury did not want to put druggies in jail, so they found him not guilty.
I see.
Alright? It's politics. Now, just yesterday or the day before on LBC Radio, they were saying that in London, you're more likely, there's 40% more likely to go to prison by magistrates' courts in London than anywhere else. That North London CPS is out of control. They are a criminal protection service. And I'm on it. Because 20 years ago, Darren Davis was the son of a police supergrass. And the police refused to arrest him because his father was is a supergrass. That's exactly what happened to Stephen Lawrence 1 year later.
I see, so there's a...
You see what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check if there's anything else I need to take down. Do you have any children that are dependent on you at all?
Well, no, but I want to get custody off of my brother's psychotic bitch wife who watched my brother hang himself.
Okay.
She's off her tree. She's addicted to the Jeremy Kyle show. She's got no sensibility whatsoever. And all this crime management unit has gone, oh no, if we keep putting convictions on him, there's no way we will ever be allowed near children, for example. I used to look after my neighbours' next door kids, right? I stopped them hitting each other. I stopped the parents hitting them as well.
And now as a result of this,
yeah, I've turned to shit. So those kids trusted my arse, you understand? They totally trusted me. When I was decorating that house and the kids are messing around, what do? You give them a paintbrush and get them to help you? You understand? I engaged with those kids. I wasn't hitting them, making them sit there and watch the bloody telly.
Yeah, of course.
I'm very, very good. I'm an expert. I don't know what it is. I mean, I entered the rock and roll industry. I understand people's problems. I call myself X-ray services, seeing through other people's problems. I'm excellent at it. Even the council know that they've messed with me, but they won't admit it. They just won't admit it. And that's where the problem lies. Their lawyers called me a fucking fruitcake. She didn't put her phone down properly.
Oh, so you heard...
Yeah, I heard the whole thing. They were taking the mick out of me. And that's happened several times now with this Barnet council.
Okay, well... In relation to the action against the police, then, I think I've got enough details down that I can pass on.
Well, this recent perjury thing with Rodriguez is recent. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so
of course.
It can't be ignored.
And as for your, were you still looking for criminal defence as well? Is that why you left an inquiry?
All my criminal cases against me are now all dealt with, and I believe I've won every single one of them. Either through appeal as well.
Did you tell people in our criminal team similar details to the ones that you've just told me, or was that?
I don't remember. I mean, the conversation ended up half an hour like it has now. I covered a wide spectrum of problems. See, 20 years ago, Nigel Richardson left his briefcase in the courtroom, caused a 2-hour bomb scare. I was talking about things like that. So Nigel can't ever forget me, because that happened 20 years ago. Do you understand?
Right, I see.
I'm just doing memory refreshing, because Nigel has not got back to me. It's been over 6 weeks. So I'm thinking, this guy is involved in drug dealing. Nigel, if he's protecting police officers...
your details to be left with him. Did you remember who it was that you spoke to?
No, but I know I was speaking to his office.
Right, okay.
You understand? The
okay,
female...
Then, well, obviously I'll pass on the information to somebody in our department, but I'll also try and work out what happened to your inquiry that you put forward with them. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what, sweetheart. You were professional. You were very, very good. You took everything right properly. Same with those people weeks ago that I spoke to.
No, well, I'm glad that they helped you.
You guys have got no problem with. I wish to hell all solicitors were like you. No, I'm serious. If you listen to what's been going on with Mike, because I've got nearly 20,000 phone calls since I moved in this house. And it's all because the council go, oh, all calls are recorded. Well, I record them now, as what you understand, because the council was lying 20 years. Yeah, they don't actually record, or if they do, they don't let you know about it.
Okay.
They've called. Yeah, I just end here. They've caused 2 of my brothers to kill themselves. 2 of them. Not just one, 2 of them, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that information gets passed on today then, and as soon as I hear something back, I'll let you know, and then I'll also try and chase what happened to your criminal inquiry as well. Is that okay?
Look, sweetheart, I'm getting in trouble with the case progressions officers at Willesden Magistrates Court. You understand? Because I can't find a solicitor. You guys are the guys to deal with this. Even if Nigel can't deal with it himself, his experience as a magistrate over this... I mean, what is the rules with perjury? Why isn't it dealt with right there, right then, during the trial? That's my question to Nigel, who is now a magistrate. Do you understand?
Of course, yeah.
If I hold a conversation like this with the legal aid people or the Solicitors Regulation Authority, people like Nigel end up losing their jobs. Do you understand? Because I talk...
do, yeah.
Well, what can I say? The pen is mightier than the sword. When I put it in writing that I was going to execute D.S. Nicky Woods, the governor was flipping his lid, but I said to him, the pen is mightier than the sword, and I walked from Pentonville within 2 hours. Nigel was just leaving me there to rot. I know I can fight my own battles using an intelligent argument. You understand?
I do, yeah.
I need to get this sorted, because I'm getting in trouble with people at the Hendon Magistrates Court, for example, who are basically sub-intelligent. They just got this job for life. They don't think out of the box. They don't think that a police officer can lie. That's the problem.
Well, as soon as I get some feedback on whether or not it's something that we can help with, I'll let you know. Is
Look,
that okay?
please, let me know even if you can't, because this is this is why I'm getting aggravated with you guys.
Because you want to get some help as soon as possible. Of course, yeah. Either way, I'll let you know as soon as I hear something. Hopefully, it won't be longer than a couple of days. Is that okay?
Or please, if we can get it done by Friday or even Saturday, as soon as Monday latest.
Of course, yeah.
I'm losing my appeal deadlines. All these things get put past the deadlines. That's the problem.
Okay. I'll be sure that it gets dealt with as soon as possible.
Thank you very, 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 very much.
Okay, take